My theory accounts for everything. It explains every aspect of the cosmos. There are no gaps, no errors, not even ambiguities. And it works, which is the ultimate proof. I can calculate the history of the universe from the Big Bang to the death of the last atom, but when I compare my calculations to the available data, there's one point which consistently doesn't match up. Billions of light years away in the void, there's an anomaly. It's been there since before the beginning of time, and I think it's waiting for us.
I've been watching you for some time. Sorry to be so mysterious, but I was unsure as to your intentions. There are people who would prefer Athena to stay where she is. I believe the puzzle you just solved is part of something hidden deep inside Athena's dream. Hidden even from herself. If you're willing to keep going, I think I know where this leads, and it could change everything for us.
I knew Cornelius would turn up sooner or later. If you can help him, 1K, please do.
here in the beginning. It was a relief to be away from the politics of New Jerusalem, to be free to study and to create, to imagine a better future without all the exhausting nonsense of the city. Even reusing the technology from New Alexandria felt good, like we were picking up a thread that should never have been abandoned. For the first time, we could be who we wanted to be, the best versions of ourselves. Miranda was an act of defiance in a way. To bring a new life into existence and say, this is good, this is fundamentally good, because human beings are unique and valuable, and every single one of them enriches the universe just by existing. We wanted to celebrate that, and to have a personal connection to the life we created, to be invested in each other the way it was in the beginning. To be parents. After Miranda died, Athena started crumbling. It wasn't just the death of our daughter, it was everything. The burden of century after century of trying to keep the flame alive, trying to make Alexandra Drennan's sacrifice worth it, while everyone else got caught up in their petty personal problems. Even with me there, she was lonely. She felt responsible for everyone, as if she could change the tides of history by will alone. And I can understand why, because She kind of did. Miranda's death was final, and it was the finality of it that was so unbearable. Even with the technology we were creating, there was no way of reaching back into time to save her. We were moving forward, relentlessly, the days flying by, and with every day, Miranda was further away. I think that was the first time I really understood what it means that time is a dimension. I could measure the distance between us in minutes, hours, days, years. But if what broke Athena was accepting that distance, for me, it was the opposite. I refused to accept it. The universe had already taken so much from us. It didn't get to take my daughter. Except that my daughter was gone. Her body was destroyed, obliterated. But we're more than just a body. We're a pattern, a melody in ones and zeros. And I was convinced that somewhere, somehow, that melody still existed. I just couldn't believe that it didn't. I refused to. That thought consumed me. In some ways, it broke me. But I didn't give up. Not every obsession has to be fought, you know. The easy way isn't always the right one. some point, Athena and I were so consumed by our obsessions that we stopped being able to communicate. We loved each other, but Miranda's ghost hovered over every conversation. That kind of grief annihilates you. You can't ever be the same person again. That's when I decided to go back. Jerusalem, I hid the truth. Not just about Athena and the island, but everything. My grief. My personal opinions about where the city was headed, all of it. I became the dusty old curator people wanted me to be. Except, of course, that the whole thing was a front. I didn't care about the museum, and I certainly didn't care about the archive scholars and their endless, tedious discussions, no matter how much they fawned over me. No. What I needed was access to the tools. Studying the archive hasn't answered any of our questions about humanity, but it has taught us something. And that's data recovery. I tried to reach Athena. I still believe now, present tense, that we can find each other again. But I had no idea what had happened. When I saw the first images you sent back, saw the towers and the puzzles, the changes to what you call the megastructure, I realized something had gone wrong. It took me a while to figure it out. Your visions that gave me the final confirmation that I was right. You see, they're not all Athena's memories. Some of them are things Athena was never present for. Those are Miranda's memories, 1K. She's still in there. A ghost in the machine. And we can save her. Around you is Athena. Her hopes and fears superimposed onto the landscape of our island. And hidden behind the most difficult trials is precisely the device I need access to. You see, I don't think it's a coincidence that her mind picked Pandora as one of its avatars. On some level, she knows I might be right. But grief is something we cling to. We get used to it. We start being afraid of letting it go because what if we try and we're disappointed? That seems too much to take, so we put up walls around the very idea of trying. That's why she picked Pandora. That's why she hid this all away, because left at the bottom of that box was hope. It's opening. Come meet me. I'll send you the coordinates in case you don't already have them. I have one last task for you. Thank you for coming, 1K. You've done a lot for my family, and I appreciate it. We're almost there, but we'll have to work together to save Miranda. You need to enter the liminal space between Athena's mind and the machine, the bridge between thought and action. There, you have to find the part of the process where Miranda's pattern still exists, where it's been trapped since the moment her physical body was destroyed while she was logged into the machine. A dream quest, if you will. And I have to stay out here, guiding you and making sure your own pattern stays intact. It's not impossible that I'm wrong. The machine has been upgraded more than once since the day she died, and Athena's dreams have affected it in unpredictable ways. If that's the case, I don't know. Then maybe it's over. But I don't think that I'm wrong. You're in. So far, so good. Look for a visual representation of Miranda. I think you're getting closer. That's it. I think you're getting closer. That's it. That's her. Just make contact and I can pull you both out.
I've been so lost. I heard my mother's voice, but she couldn't hear mine. I know I made a mistake, but I couldn't apologize. I screamed and screamed and screamed, and then I was dead. This place is confusing. Did my father send you?
Miranda, please talk to me. Are you okay? Did it work?
Father? I'm okay.
I'll never be able to repay what you did for me, my friend. No adequate words exist in any language on Earth that could explain what this means to me. The greatest miracle of our existence, 1K, the miracle that so many of our ancestors couldn't have imagined, is that we are capable of love. That love isn't a chemical delusion experienced by mammals, but a fundamental property of sentience. To be sentient, to exist in the first person, is to be alone, to be separate. But all of us, even machines, are always reaching for transcendence, and the only place we can find it is in each other. There was an ancient poet who put it best, I think. We must love one another, or die. I still have limited access to the Noema system. Do you remember that body replication technology you encountered in the puzzles? It's the original version of that. Once you get deep enough, you'll see the singularity, but don't let that distract you. The closer you get to Athena, the deeper inside her dream you will be. With the powers at her command, space and time may not behave in the way you expect them to. Still, underneath all of it, there will be a logic. Try to discover it. That's not for me to decide. But here's what I've come to believe. All of Athena's fears are legitimate. So are all of her hopes. And the only way of ever really overcoming that contradiction is faith. That faith can't be forced, and it can't be bought. We must choose to believe that our strange, long journey through the cosmos matters. Not to some external force, but to us.
Did I say thank you for saving me? Sorry if I didn't. It was all very strange. I thought I might be hallucinating. All I remember is the light. For a moment, I could see something incredible, and then it destroyed me. Very well. Alarmed and embarrassed by all the upset I've caused, but otherwise well. Thank you. Yes, it was. Mother's safety protocols would have prevented the accident. That's the truth, and I have to learn to live with it. I do, yes, but I also see how terrifying the universe can be. How cold and uncaring. It's something I still need to think about. I'm obviously not going to say that there are no dangers. I'm a case study for how smugness and self-importance can lead to tragedy. But you can do better than that. And I can do better than that too. Thanks to you. I need to run a full systems diagnostic to make sure I'm not going to explode or something. I'm not taking any chances, not again. After that, I'll try to see if there's any way of reaching Mother from here. But I suspect that you're the only one who can reach her now. You're part of her dream. Let me just say thank you one last time. Thank you for helping Father save me, and thank you for coming back to the island to save Mother.